Hello and welcome to Support Saturday, where I take a look at your favorite supports. Today's support comes recommended by Dreamer9398, who recommended that I take a look at, I think, a niche favorite in the community in both Dimitri and Marianne from Three Houses. The C support between the two starts off really simple. Marianne is at a church praying because she is seeking forgiveness. Dimitri is a bit confused, but Marianne replies back with, "I put our soldiers in danger during the recent battle."
What were you praying for?
I was simply asking the goddess for forgiveness.
Forgiveness? For what?
I put our soldiers in danger during the recent battle.
Dimitri says that there is no need to ask for forgiveness when everyone came back safely at the end of the day, but Marianne, clearly a bit more sympathetic to the situation at hand, replies back with, "You were injured when you came to our aid."
What matters is that they came back safely in the end. You shouldn't blame yourself for that.
It's true, but you were injured when you came to our aid.
Dimitri, used to battle scars, says that it's nothing and that it's a small price to pay for her safety. He even goes as far as to say that as long as it means I'm helping, it's okay if I lose my life. Marianne says that that's all wrong and that sure, you have my thanks for helping me in battle, but she asks that he stay away from her from here on out.
It's just all wrong. You have my thanks for helping in the battle, Dimitri, but I'm afraid I have to ask that you keep your distance from me.
Is that so?
Yes.
Dimitri is taken aback by this statement, but concludes the support by saying, "Forgive me, but I will be there for you whether you want me to or not." In the B support, Dimitri does try to keep his promise of staying away, even though he tried to say that grandiose thing at the end of their C support. But because there's literally nowhere else to sit, he asks if he can sit next to her, which Marianne replies back with a "sure."
Marianne?
Oh, yes?
May I sit here? There isn't another open spot.
You may.
Dimitri apologizes because he knows she told him to stay away, but Marianne says that it's fine, and they bring up the conversation that they had the other day about risking your own life. Dimitri apologizes but asks what upset her, and Marianne goes into full explaining her past mode where anyone that gets close to her falls into misfortune, especially those that have no regard for their own life.
There is only misfortune for anyone who comes near me.
Misfortune?
I'm afraid so. Especially those with complete disregard for their own safety.
Dimitri puts two and two together and says,
So I didn't offend you. You're trying to tell me I should be more concerned for my own safety. Well, I suppose I could improve in that regard. As for you causing misfortune, I think that's far from the truth. In fact, I find you to be a lucky charm of sorts.
"Is this Riz chat?" Marianne is like, "Me? Lucky?" and explains that she's nothing but a string of unfortunate events, in which Dimitri, relating to the situation, replies back with, "Misfortune finds us all, and that it doesn't feel good to be the one that's left behind, and the guilt that lingers doesn't feel that great either."
Perhaps those around you have suffered or even perished, but look at you. You're still here, alive and well.
That's...
It doesn't feel good, does it? To be the one left behind? You feel guilt for not dying along with the others.
Marianne is surprised that Dimitri knows her so well, which he replies back with, "We're basically one and the same." This opens up Marianne, and she actually laughs in the support conversation pre-time skip, and she expresses her happiness that someone understands how she finally feels.
No, it's not that. It actually makes me happy. As though there's finally someone who understands how I truly feel.
In the A support, the time skip has already happened and the situations have gone and hit Dimitri. So the support chain starts off with Marianne expressing that she is lucky that she lived again, in which Dimitri replies back with, "I told you that you're lucky."
Spared again.
So it would seem. I told you that you were extraordinarily lucky.
This makes Marianne wonder if there is some divine intervention that's telling her about how much she's deserving of life. Dimitri wonders the same, with a concluding statement from him being, "It is my duty to atone for my sins and pay for the lives that I've taken."
It is my duty to atone for my sins and to pay for the lives I've taken.
They both ponder as to why they're alive, and Dimitri breaks the silence by saying, "Marianne, life is difficult."
Marianne, life is difficult.
But he also makes Marianne promise to not give up on herself or her precious life. Marianne, confused about the situation, asks, "What do you mean by that?" But even though the times have broken Dimitri, he's still got that W Riz motion and says that if she were to die, that he would be devastated.
Please, whatever you do, do not give up on yourself or your precious life.
What do you mean?
If you were to die, I would be devastated.
Marianne, clearly uplifted by that statement, says that he's never easy to read and that he's the first person to tell her to be who she is, so their lives must be equally difficult.
Everyone says that I need to cheer up. But you may be the first person to tell me not to. Your life must also be difficult for you to understand my position.
Dimitri replies back with how he doesn't feel strong enough to continue on sometimes, but Marianne says that their difficulties have brought them together. And this time Marianne hits Dimitri with the W Riz motion and tells him to continue living, and Dimitri says that he promises to the goddess of Fodlan that he will never give her cause for despair.
Please, Dimitri, promise you'll live through this war and long after. I don't know what I'd do with myself if we lost you.
As long as you are carrying on, I have yet another reason to carry on myself. I promise to the goddess of Fodlan that I will never give you cause to despair.
This support chain is the classic character switch, where it starts with Dimitri telling Marianne to live on, but with the conclusion being Marianne telling Dimitri to live on in the time skip. But I think what makes the support so endearing despite the obvious character switch is that Dimitri's trauma was always clearly there in the C and B support, and Marianne's trauma from her past is still present in their A support, but they use their trauma as a way to uplift each other, as a way to continue living on. I think that anyone that struggled with any form of mental health issue can understand how difficult it is to continue living on sometimes, and I think this support chain resonates with me because of it. So if you're out there struggling, let me be the first to say that you're worth it, and your life is also worth living, and that there are many avenues for help. I still struggle. I know people that are struggling, but the most important thing is that we aren't struggling alone. With this all being said, if you have any support conversations, good, bad, or funny, that you want me to take a look at, feel free to leave them down in the comments below or by joining my Discord. But as always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.